I have the power! He-Man, He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe. He-Man. Hey guys, we host you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. It's Prince Adam's Sky Sled. Now, I never had this as a kid. I had He-Man, and I had Battle Cat, and I had Skeletor, and I want to say Panthro? No, that's a Thundercat. What was the name of his cat thing? His purple one. Anyway, I had both of them. And then the only other vehicle I had from Masters of the Universe was that weird horse, like a weird brown horsey thing. I had that one because we got that from a car boot sale when I was a kid. But those were the only actual vehicles I had from He-Man. And as a He-Man, as a kid, I only ever had the He-Man with the rolling chest thing where you hit him with the thing and it went ch-ch. Like you had like one scratch, then two scratch, and then three scratch. I had that one. But I never had a Prince Adam, and I've been wanting a Prince Adam for so long. As you guys have known, I've been mentioning it for years. I've been wanting to add skit segments to my videos for years, because at the end of every episode of He-Man, there was always on today's show, we learned the power of sharing. There was some weird moral. Today, Tila took a potion because she wanted to have a shortcut. There are no shortcuts in life, children. Don't take drugs. They were like really stupid, but I remember them. I remember all of them. Like, then you'd get the weird ones where it was like the cowardly cat thing. I learned today about being brave. It was so stupid, but of course they had to have that in because they couldn't just have 20 minutes of violence. The parents needed something to go, yes, it's teaching my children something good at the end. So that's where we were. But anyway, guys, before I open this is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. This is the Origins Collection, the sort of recreation of the 1980s line that is being brought to us by Mattel. It's got their logo there on the end. And this is they're trying to recreate with a bit of a modern articulation look at the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe first figures, which is very cool, because I never got around to getting any of the sort of higher-end He-Man stuff, and it goes for silly money now, so it's like a collection that I don't think I'll ever be able to get. But I'm glad they're doing this version. And if Mattel are doing this and this sells well, I hope they would maybe try and move on something like Thundercats and maybe do an origin, like Thundercats Origins line, same as this, where it's like the 1980s stuff. That would be very cool to see them do some other lines as well. I'm not sure about licensing and stuff like that. I'm not sure who owns Thundercats these days. But I love the artwork on this box. This is the first box that I'm almost gutted to be opening and ripping up, because I love that artwork on here. The artwork is just awesome. It's very epic. But of course, guys, I've got to unbox it, because that's what we do on this channel. Remember, I unbox things so you don't have to. So let's go ahead and break He-Man out of the packaging. He-Man. Luckily, we can get this out without doing too much, well, any damage really to that box, which is pretty good. I have the power! So, everyone always asks me this question. Obviously, because I grew up in the 90s, I was actually born in 1989, so I don't remember the 80s. I was a baby. It was the very tail end of the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. But my parents bought a lot of my early toys when I was growing up. A lot of my action figures came from car boot sales. And my dad used to give me a couple of quid every Sunday morning, and we'd go to the car boot. And I would pick up action figures. Well, obviously the figures that we would obviously get back then were people selling their stuff from the 70s and 80s. So I ended up with like a full line of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got all the Thundercats, including the battle tank thing. I ended up having like the Technodrome, the blimp for the Turtles. I literally had everything, guys, from like the 1980s. And so when I started getting He-Man stuff as a kid, the stuff I got was all like, it was all second hand, you know what I mean? And obviously I never had anything brand new He-Man wise. but I didn't care. As a kid, I really didn't care about that because I got, you know, lots of action figures from the car boots and things. So even though I was a child of the 90s, I always feel like a child of the 80s because of the toys that I grew up playing were always the older toys. Whoa! Jesus! Woo! He-Man. Does that fire out? Oh my god, that comes out. My god, I thought I brought that then. Oh yeah, because you can put different head things on it. This is taking forever. He-Man. Got these side panels. And then we got the stand. Okay. Woo! A little close call there. No instructions. The instructions are on the back of the box. Let's go ahead and close that, and I'll turn the box around and take a little look. I've never had one of these. Yeah, so that little head thing comes in and out, and you can put the different heads on it. I can't remember the reasoning for that, but yeah, you can take that head out. You've got that head. And we've got this one as well. The look to be very much the same, but... I'm going to put that one in. We can put this piece in here. It looks like it's firing. These pieces clip onto the side then. Oh, we can change them as well. Okay. The side panel pieces. Oh, it depends on... Yes, you've got the dragon and the thing. Ah, okie dokie. I get it now. So we want that one on He-Man then, don't we? He-Man. Oh. Yeah. Okie dokie, I get it now. I have the power! So you put this one on and you use the other ones when other characters are riding the thing. So He-Man, yes, that yeah. He-Man and these people have the green side panels on with that head sculpt, and this one obviously is when you got the villains riding the Sky Sled. Ah, I get it now. Right. Okay, bear with me. It's been a long time since I've seen He-Man. Then we've got the little display piece, so I put that in there to go that way around. Why doesn't it show me? Does it go backwards? It must do. He-Man. The Masters of the Universe. He-Man. So there's the Sky Sled. Wow, that took some point. So that took me a minute. It took me longer than it should have done that. Yeah, these are really cool actually. So you can put that nice piece in there to make it like the firing, which is very cool. Or you can take that out, just have it as static. Of course, you're going to leave that in. That's fun. That is very cool though. I like the fact they gave you some additional bits so you can have other characters flying it as well. That's very cool. So you could buy multiple of these then, basically. And then, of course, we've got He-Man. He's got a pink version of the sword in this one to match his pinky outfit. His outfit being pink always made me laugh as a kid. I have the power! So this is the new He-Man figure. I've just tried to warm up all the joints a little bit. This arm is still a little bit stiff, but I've managed to warm it up there. It is bending now. If you're not too sure, guys, if you've ever worried about your figures and stuff, just put them in boiling water for a minute. But this one seems to have loosened up now. So it is basically the look of the original figure, but with some modern articulation to it. So his head is on a ball joint, so he can look up and down as well as left and right. He has also got a waist swivel, which is nice. The original figure had a waist swivel, I believe. And you can lift this figure up at the side as well. Sorry, the arm up at the side as well as rotate, which is nice. And his arms do lift outwards, forwards, so we can do some nice modern articulation there. And the elbows sort of slide into place, but they're not the best in the world because of those ginormous biceps. All the original He-Man figures that I had as a kid, In fact, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so you can actually bend their arms outwards now, which is nice. And the hands are on ball joints as well, which is lovely. Legs do lift out pretty wide as well as forwards. There's a single hinged knee here, which, again, is a little ball joint peg. And you're going to need to warm these up. Mine's not bending at all. In fact, the plastic's actually cracking. That one bends, though. That one's bending okay. But this one, yeah, I'm frightened I'm going to snap the figure if I keep doing that, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, you can even see at the back. Plastic's cracking just there. So that's a pain. I've got a seized up knee joint. Can I pop that out? No. Luckily, to put him on the Sky Sled, you don't actually have to have his knees bent. But yeah, basically all the figures that I had as a kid, they all came kind of like that. He came with in these weird poses like this. I don't know why I'm telling you, because I know everyone knows this, but yeah, all the figures came in this weird like stance. So to put him on the actual Sky Sled, you don't need to have his feet like flat to it. As long as his hands are holding on, he will basically grip to it. And you kind of want him in a weird stud position anyway to make it so it's like that. So I'm not too bothered about the leg issue, because I'm going to get another He-Man for display purposes. I'm going to use this guy for this. And plus, he's going to pop up from time to time and give us morals of the day. That's another reason I bought it. And of course, it does come with the I have the power. He-Man. There's nowhere to sheath his sword, which is annoying. But yes, very cool. And the fact that they're releasing the Grayskull Castle Grayskull, and Smiths are going to be stocking it, so I'm going to be grabbing me one of them. And as well, guys, just to let you know, somebody let me know, so I'm going to pass on the news. Bargainmax.co.uk have been stocking Battle Cat a little bit cheaper than retail, and they've also had He-Man in stock as well. I missed out on He-Man, sadly, but I have got a notification on for when he comes back in stock, so you might want to do the same thing. If you want to grab any of these sort of the figures, I know on Amazon and stuff, they are charging like over 20 quid a figure, whereas if you find them at retail, they're 15. So it's worth picking up. And of this set, I can't remember how much this set me back, but it is pretty cool. So guys, here he is out of the packaging. It's Prince Adam, and it looks pretty cool. I'm really liking this figure. It is awesome, man. I really am happy to have Prince Adam in my collection. It's Masters of the Universe, man. So nostalgic to me. I used to watch this on Boomerang on Cartoon Network. When Boomerang first came out, they put all the old shows on from like the 60s, 70s and 80s. So we had everything from like Wacky Racers, He-Man, they put Turtles on there. There was everything. It was so cool back in the day. Not like it is now. They had some really old Filmation stuff on there as well. And yeah, it was great to watch. And I remember when we went to the car boot sales and stuff, my dad picked up all the figures for me. And as well, we ended up getting like the VHS tapes and stuff like that. So I was able to follow the story of He-Man as a kid. Even though as a child of the 90s, I had all the Masters of the Universe stuff. And my friend across the road was called Craig. He had a lot of the He-Man stuff as well. So we played He-Man quite regular. But actually, my favourite thing growing up was actually Thundercats. But it's very cool. They're from a very similar universe. I love the look of that old fantasy mixed in with like slight science fiction. I love that kind of thing. You know, like Willow and stuff like that. I love that era where fantasy was kind of metal. That's what I kind of like. So this very much is very reminiscent to that sort of bygone fantasy era, and I love it. So hopefully, like I said at the beginning of the video, I would love that if Mattel were able to create like Thundercats in this style as well. You know, Thundercat Origin style. That would be very cool to bring back those figures to go along with these. I still need to hook myself up with a more modern articulated He-Man. So I am still very much on the hunt for a Origins Masters... Sorry, not Origins. The Classics Masters of the Universe He-Man. To go with my Mattel Classics Thundercat. Panther figure that I need to open still. I've got Lion-O, and he's down there waiting to be opened. So yes, because Lion-O will be too tall for this guy. But guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think do you like this figure? Would you like to see me unbox more of these on the channel? Let us know. But the Sky Sled itself is very cool. It comes on this really cool base with like a sandy base on it. Then you've got the actual... I'm not sure if I've got this on backwards or what, but it seems to work okay. And I can move the thing so it sort of leans backwards a little bit more on that. So that's very cool. But yes, it's a very cool display piece. I'm tempted just to leave him stood in front of it though. I might not actually have him on it until I get another He-Man figure anyway. But I like the Prince Adam figure because I wanted to do all the on today's show. I'm going to do that quite regular in the video, guys. So I hope that doesn't annoy, and I hope you're very interested to see what the morals of the story could be for each video going forward. Oh, I'm such a geek. But guys, what are your thoughts on this He-Man set? Let us know in the comments below. But guys, what are your thoughts on this one? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, then please make sure you smash that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us, it really helps us out, and helps us to keep making awesome videos. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you. I want to say the other one, I want to say, may the power be with you. Bye! In today's video, we learned all about the power of heating up your figures. If you don't heat up your figures prior to playing with them, they may crack, snap, or even break. You wouldn't want that now, would you? Remember, always warm up your figures prior to moving their joints. And until next time, be good. He-Man.